The next chart that we want to look at is a line chart. So here, the line chart should only be used when the x-axis is ordered in a particular fashion. So it has some order to it. So the most common thing that you see for line charts are time series, where x is the time period, and then the variable of interest goes on the y-axis. So let's see if we can create one of these for our global superstore data, where we want to look at sales across time. So I'm going to go ahead and create a pivot table again. So I'll go to Insert, Pivot Table, and yes, it picks orders. Yes, it's a new worksheet. Click OK. And what I want to do is I want to take the order date and put it into rows. So I'll take order date here and put it into rows. And here's the nice thing about Excel and the pivot table is that what it does is it goes ahead and breaks the year out into quarters, which then could go into months, right, by clicking those pluses and minuses. I'm going to start with just this, right, with just the years. So it does that automatically because there was a date in that column, so you can see that it's broken out over here under rows. So all I did is I took order date, but it broke years and quarters. And now if I go back over here, notice it's got years and quarters as extra pivot table fields that were not in the original data. Okay, so now we want to take sales, here it is, and bring it down to values. And we'll do sum of sales. And then what we want to do is create a new line chart off of this. So I'm going to come over to Analyze and come over to Pivot Chart. By default, it does that column again, but now I know that I have time series data, so I'm going to click on Line, and I'm going to click OK. And let's zoom out just a bit. So we see that sales overall yearly are going up. So this is a nice yearly time series. What if I wanted to look at it by quarter? If we think there might be some seasonality going on, so the same season, certain quarters are bigger than other quarters, right? So let's do, look at that. When I break this out, it does 2011. It breaks it into the 4 quarters. I can do it again for 2012, 2013, and one more time for 2014. And now we have our nice seasonality going on. All right, so it looks like quarter 2 is bigger than 1, 3 is bigger than 2 and 1, and it looks like quarter 4 is the biggest in all of our 4 years of data that we have. So line charts are very, very good for time series, where we have time along the x-axis, and here our variable of interest was sales along the y-axis. So I like the pivot chart to do this because it allows you to drill down into the quarters, etc. We could drill down even further if you wanted to, right? But we don't need to do that for this particular one. We could do months, right? All right, so that's a line chart.